With all the stuff going on with the coronavirus, I feel that the biggest impact for me has been that my mother had passed away March 15th. It became extremely difficult because obviously I was grieving. I feel that a good portion of what gets you through grieving is being able to depend on normalcy, being able to go out and spend time with your friends and family, whereas now I'm not able to do any of that. I'm stuck inside 24/7. My mind just starts going crazy, and it's very difficult losing your mother, and it's even more difficult grieving alone. My question to you would be how we're supposed to make it through this, because it's hard.
And Brandi is joining us now, and Brandi, you're having to deal with a very painful loss, and you're having to do it in isolation. Tell me what's happening.
Yes, so it is extremely difficult. My mother passed away on March 15th, right at the beginning of all this, and that's actually when we were supposed to go on our cruise, which we ended up canceling, obviously, because of that. There was a brief period of time where we actually thought that she did had COVID because my sister had actually traveled from Europe and came and visited her. So we were worried about that, but she was tested. It came back negative twice. So she just had other underlying conditions, and it happened in a pretty short period of time. It was probably over 3-4 days, I think, we spent at the hospital, and we were lucky to even be with her, whereas, you know, as you mentioned, some people aren't able to even do that, so I am incredibly thankful for that. My family, I had travel from upwards to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, come down. I was thankful that my sister was able to see her for that as well. So incredibly grateful for that. But now here we are a month later, no funeral, no celebration of life, no closure or time spent with your family like you would normally get after having somebody pass that's close to you. So I just feel that I'm stuck in March, and it just replays and it replays, and there's no end in sight. I don't know when closure will be. I don't know. It's just extremely difficult.
Let me say first, Brandi, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
really
it.
am, and I know your mother was advanced in age, so it's probably not a shock to you that
Right.
she's passed, but that doesn't make it any easier for the loss. And um, I know that, and I can tell you that uh, everybody grieves differently, and it's not a matter of getting over it. You'll always feel the loss of your mother. There's no question about it. I can tell you from experience that you will do so much better if you will get up every morning and take your shower and do your hair and your makeup, whatever it is your normal routine is, just as you would if things were normal, as opposed to laying in bed or just hanging out on the couch. I mean, you've got to get up and require yourself to go vertical and groom and get dressed and focus on those things that you can do. And I know that until you are able to have a proper memorial service to spread your mom's ashes or whatever procedure you want to go through to honor her, that's going to be unfinished business for you. But you will get to that, but you've got to take care of yourself between now and then. And you're going to have up days and you're going to have down days, but you've got to program yourself by getting up every day and doing everything you can as normal as you possibly can during an abnormal time. And that is a compromise. There's no question about it.
Right. Of course. Yeah, and I think that's a really good point. I think that's where I'm lacking, is that I just, in the morning, don't get out of bed, don't treat the routine as I usually would. And that's a really good point, that getting up and maybe actually doing my hair and putting on, clothes that I would wear out instead of just pajamas that's great advice. Yeah, great idea.